Hello everyone, my name is Jack Cross from NASCAR on MDK, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Line. Sorry if I look like I just woke up because it really did, so I look like crap then. Excuse me, that's why. But we have some really awful news to talk about, and it's regarding the number 42 NASCAR Xfinity Series team of Ross Chastain. Earlier today, Adam Stern and Bob Podkers were first to announce that the 42 team is shutting down their Xfinity Series program. Chip Ganassi shutting down its Xfinity Series program. This comes after a month after their main sponsor, DC Solar, was raided by the FBI. DC Solar headquarters was raided by the FBI last month, as well as the CEO of DC Solar. I forgot his name, but they also raided his home earlier this month. And an official statement from Chip Ganassi Racing that basically confirmed the news. They say this: due to a lack of sponsorship funding, we will cease operation of the number 42 Xfinity team in 2019. This was a difficult decision for me to make, and it comes with much anguish as this is a championship caliber team, having won 6 races and finished second in the Owners' Championship, and more importantly because it affects a number of good people's livelihoods. Running a car without proper funding is difficult to do. Now, and Chip Ganassi also points out that the team's Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series program will not affect Kyle Larson and Kurt Busch, as they will stay in the 42 and 1 car and the number 1 car. Now, obviously, this, when he points out, affects a number of good people's livelihoods. One of those is the driver, Ross Chastain, who had basically like a Cinderella story. Last year was given the opportunity. He was running with JD Motorsports for the longest time. He was running in the back, but you knew that if he could get in a good car, he could show how good he is on the racetrack, and he got that opportunity last year. Ran, I think, 4 or 5 races for Chip Ganassi Racing, got the win. Excuse me, I have hiccups, so that's why it's bad timing. But he got the win at Vegas in the playoffs, or to lock him into the playoffs, and later that year, he signed to drive the number 42 team in the Xfinity Series program, and it was all looking like in the future, Ross Chastain was going to be the future of Chip Ganassi Racing. A lot of people speculated that, Kurt Busch, who signed a 1-year deal to Chip Ganassi Racing, like he was going to retire after 2019, and Ross Chastain with DC Solar as a sponsor would take over Kurt Busch in 2020. Now with this news, this just blows everything completely out the rails. Now, what does the future hold for Ross Chastain? Because JD Motorsports, I believe they already have their 2019 driver lineup, if I'm not mistaken. So he can't go to JD. He can't go to Chip Ganassi. He doesn't have a sponsor. So where does he go from here? And that would be the worst way to go out, in my opinion. Like if Ross Chastain doesn't race again, and hopefully he does. Again, sorry for the hiccups, but if he doesn't get the race again, that is the worst way, in my opinion, you could go out. Like Brett Moffitt, yes, Moffitt just won the Truck Series championship, but he doesn't have a ride. But like I feel like with this, because he came from nothing, made into and he made it to have an opportunity of being successful in NASCAR, and then to have it drop like this before you even step foot in the race car in the new year. That's just man, that is just unbelievable, and I feel so bad for everyone that worked on the 42 team, especially Ross Chastain, because now they have to find a new place to work at, some of them. So yeah, and also, what will this affect in the Cup Series side? Because like not in terms of sponsorship, but in terms of Kurt Busch, because now what's gonna happen? Is Kurt Busch maybe gonna sign on again, or what's gonna happen now with Chip Ganassi Racing? Because they don't have an Xfinity Series program now anymore. I believe that was it. They didn't have I'm pretty sure they don't have another car in the Xfinity Series programming. So what's going to happen after the future of Chip Ganassi, and how they're going to find new talent and stuff like that. But that is all what basically we really know so far. Yeah, I feel so bad for Ross Chastain. He made it. He came from humble beginnings. Was a watermelon farmer. Ran into low-funded teams. Made into the playoffs last year or 2 years ago with JD Motorsports. Got the opportunity to drive in the 42 car. Proved Kevin Harvick wrong and won at Vegas. Got a full-time ride with Chip Ganassi Racing, and then to have it end like this is just unbelievable. So Yeah, not a good look for NASCAR, not a good look for Chip Ganassi, and very interesting to see what happened with DC Solar. What caused the FBI to raid not only their headquarters but to raid the CEO's home. So that's gonna be very interesting to see how everything Chip Ganassi, Ross Chastain, and DC Solar are gonna be very interesting to see how everything comes together, and hopefully we can get the full story on what happened later on in the year. But yeah, unfortunately, that's man, that's the only story we have so far, and it's a sad one. But hopefully Ross Chastain is able to find a ride. Doesn't matter where, just hopefully he finds a ride soon. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Jake Cross from NASCAR on MDK, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I really do apologize. I got hiccups. This is ugh.